380. 40. Zebra. Hey, 0.
On the ground, the drive starts with Sims. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Hey guys, listen. 12. Check that.
On 2nd and 7, Wilson. That's into the hands of Edwards. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on first down. This defense looking for an early stop. This is 3rd down and 6.
Slam. Good job right there. Rush in. Mike 52.
Now with the play clock about to expire, we get a whistle and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. This defense looking for an early stop. This is 3rd down and 6.
Zebra. Hammer. 44 Mike. Check.
From the gun, it's Wilson. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Alert. Go.
From the shotgun, Wilson. Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down. Larry Ogunjobi in for the sack. Defense went 3-4. They got some push from the inside.
And this is something in a 3-4 you don't normally get because the nose tackle who got the sack, he's usually responsible or ends up getting double-teamed and sometimes triple-teamed. How about him working his way back and putting the big guy on the ground?
Gun. Mike 52. Hey. Check 52.
To try again after the sack. Wilson. For left side, it's complete. And he takes this way down deep into Cleveland territory. A big play here for Dallas. 58 yards. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone.
Check. That's it. You guys, listen. Far left. Twitch.
Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Back at the 26-yard line. A good response by the defense, sending them backwards after that huge gain last play. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. To throw is Wilson. Letting one go deep, and this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward. They were ball hawks last week. They had a trio of interceptions on defense. In the first drive, they pick up right where they left off.
They're creating quite a reputation for themselves, aren't they? And sometimes what happens is when they know that the defense can take the ball away as they saw the previous week, now you try too hard to not let them take it away, and you force yourself into errors. They've intimidated them in a sense and gotten the ball from them.
Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. Here's Hunt, and he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Mayfield looks to throw. Got a man open. It's Ricky Seals-Jones. Just what the Browns needed there. Good for a gain of 17.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54.
A first down throw for Mayfield. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. The Pro Bowler Odell Beckham, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
180. 54. Real. You ain't got nothing. I'm jumping. Hey, alert, 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 alert. Check 37. Check 37. What's here? Real. Hey, check 24. Check 24. Under 10. Under 10. Alert, 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 alert. Check safety. Check safety. Check. Check out. Hurry.
Mayfield. It's caught by OBJ. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 35.
A gain of 26 yards. First down, Browns.
So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. On first down, they'll run with Hunt. He was brought down by Kamu Grugier-Hill.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Hey, pick your game up. 53. Hey, wahoo! Hurry! 53 to Mike. 53. Check 53. Let's go. Just handy on the edges. Done.
On 2nd and 9, Mayfield. This one taken in by Hester. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. A good play there as the Browns strike for 16 and a first down. Catch number 100 for his career right there, and it's good enough to keep the chains moving. Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. No score after one on EA Sports. A lot of attention paid this week in practice to red zone offense. The coach was optimistic about how it went. We'll see. They'll run on first down. Hunt. And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. On 2nd and 11 now. Mayfield. And it's caught. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. David Njoku, his second touchdown on the season, as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. Point after, right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That's fielded in the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number one goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number two goal is win your division. Number three goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round.
44 is Mike. 44 is Mike. Check, check. Go, guys. 4 down. 4 down.
From the gun, Wilson. Throwing right, and that's complete. Call that a very strong gain of 24. And, boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables. Otherwise, they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
Now Wilson on first down. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule.
Some of these play calls, I think they're a little conservative, but you know me, because it's easy to sit up in this booth, right, and make all the calls and think I'm going to be correct. But I would like to see them open things up, because otherwise this defense is just going to gang up on the run and set them down.
Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's fourth down. And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. And this is incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And that will force a turnover on downs. So just shy of midfield. They tried it. Didn't work out. What did you think?
I thought that they should have punted the ball away. Should have gotten rid of it and played defense with better field position. Look, I'm as aggressive as anyone wanting to go for it on offense, but in this situation, it doesn't
first half,
I don't know that there's any risk. I mean, what's the reward for
rush coming, and he's taken down. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18.
Watch the ship. Watch the ship. Recon, 152 fighter. King.
Here's Mayfield. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is it allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
To throw, Mayfield. They'll go screen here to Hunt. It's a 15-yard pickup, but it'll lead to a fourth down.
They dialed up the screen pass on third down, and for a second it looked like it was all going to come together, and they had a chance to pick up a first down, but the defense got there and finished it off.
They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away.
The Cowboys take over first and 10 at their own 15-yard line.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And this offense last time turned it over, went for it on fourth, didn't get it. They're lucky, though, because no points against the team on the board, but we'll see how they respond.
Yeah, they've got to get a lot of credit to their defensive teammates, don't they? They had their backs on that last series, and because they did so, that allows the coach to still stay aggressive on offense and maybe go for it again in a similar situation.
I was going to say, maybe makes that offense feel good, but when you know you've got a defense making stands like that.
Yeah, that'll loosen up things a little bit, won't it? Maybe you'll play a little bit better the next time you have the ball.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another first and 10.
Touch 50, touch 50. 25, 25. Right left, right left.
Wilson from the gun, he'll throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end.
It certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to the line of scrimmage. They can split out like receivers. But hands, route running, speed, and some toughness to go across the middle, you put it all together, you got a heck of a tight end candidate.
Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
Yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
That one good for the completion percentage, but no gain. It'll be third down.
That was impressive to me because while it was a pass play, they still rallied to the football like they were filling running lanes, and they were able to put the receiver on the ground.
They had the catch on second down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at third down here. From midfield now, here's Wilson. He's going to float this one deep right into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And the return goes up to his own 17-yard line.
And that's now the second time he's picked off a pass here in the first half alone. Again, another great read defensively. And you just see him get in the right position to make the play and get his guys the football back.
The Browns drive about to get started. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of sixes back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football. They'll run with Hunt on second down. And shedding the tackle, and now some room. And he's into the clear. The 40, the 30, and all the way down to the 22-yard line. A big play there just before halftime. And even 60 yards for him on the ground. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's first and 10 just outside the red zone.
Hurry! Hey, Haywood!
Mayfield off the play fake. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. The Browns will quickly use their third and final timeout. as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down.
Let's go. Hey, 133.
Mayfield to throw it. And the pressure gets to him again.
Sack, baby. Sack, baby.
Mayfield sack. A loss of 6 yards. It's third down. Third and...
So we've hit halftime on Turkey Day here in Dallas. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A one-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. The Browns are going to get the second half kickoff, and they've got this lead as well as we are back and underway. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. The Browns drive about to get started. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the
Under pressure, and they got to him again. So they come out of the locker room trailing, but plays like that, they won't be trailing much longer. Defense really starting out well this second half.
Yeah, they knew they had to jumpstart things a little bit. They really struggled in the first half trying to slow them down, but now they had a plan, made that adjustment that we always talk about, and it worked very well on that play.
On second down now, it's Hunt. And they won't fare much better here as he maybe gets back to the line. No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a third and long situation coming up.
Set, 20. Run. Right, 54. Cut. Watch the twist. Switch it. Hey! Switch. Check. Lucky. Alert. Right there.
Third and long for Mayfield. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
That would be exactly what they were looking for coming out to start the third quarter. Get a sack, get off the field, get the momentum going in their direction.
Get the ball back to your offense, right? Get that momentum because, hey, this lead is very, very slim. Fielded at the 33. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting.
And Wilson's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off at the 33. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. That's now his second interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. Following the interception, Mayfield. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. And down right around the 37. 25 yards there on the catch and run. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. And he'll slice his way down to the 30 with a pickup of 7.
Hurry! Check 53, Mike. You got nothing there. Hey, alert 33.
From the 30 on second down, Mayfield. That'll be caught by Hester. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Mayfield down. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Mayfield gives this one to Hunt. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Kareem Hunt with his 16th touchdown of the year. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. Extra point right down the middle. And it's now 14-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. They're staring at a 2-touchdown deficit, 14-0 the score as they regroup with 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Myles Garrett in there to get him, and on the season now that is 9 sacks for him.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
After the sack, oh, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's 2nd and a country mile.
4 down.
Now Wilson. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Cowboys. A big play there. 93 yards as his guys are back within a single score. Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll make our score 14-7. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. The Browns drive about to get started, and they're hoping to redo their efforts of the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there. He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Now Mayfield. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. They get 7 there on the screen. It'll set up a 3rd down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid gain.
Mayfield from the gun on third down. He's got his tight end, David Njoku. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a first down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Go! 53, check 53. You get blocked, me. Hurry! You get blocked, me. Mike, 53. Big time drive, let's go.
Throwing, Mayfield. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. And finally brought down right at the midfield stripe. 13 yards to pick up there. Good for a Cleveland first. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
Mayfield now. 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. They'll run it here with Hunt. Jalen Smith, the Notre Dame man, in on the tackle.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. We're on to the 4th here on Thanksgiving Day. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And he's got this pretty close to a first down at the Cowboys' 40-yard line. The offense on 3rd down tonight, just 1 for 3 thus far. They're looking at 3rd in the nose of the football. And he gets it to the 34, good enough for the first. A nice first down pickup on a gain of 6.
Watch twitch. He's coming. Double up. He's coming. Double up.
On 1st down, Hunt. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 36-yard line.
A small bit of adversity here on what's been a strong drive as they come up 2nd and 12. Now a handoff here to his running back. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down.
And this is why the head coach gets paid the big bucks. Look at where they are in this situation, partner. Do you throw the ball here in a long-distance situation? Do you run it again and trust your defense and make sure you take care of the ball and punt it away? What kind of options do you have here, and what do you trust more on your team?
Yeah, they may have just pushed him back into that throwing situation. We'll see. On 3rd down, here's Hunt, and he'll be brought down at the 34, well short of the first down marker. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll bring up 4th down. And this one is right down Broadway. And they will move up by 10 now, 17-7. A big one there. That gives them a little cushion and makes it a 2-score game.
Yeah, bled a little time off the clock, put some points on the board. It's not totally out of reach yet, but it has to feel pretty good to them right now because as a defender, you go out on the field and say, guess what? You can put some points on the board, but that won't beat us.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, and you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Second down 6 at the 25-yard line.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. Quick hitter here. It's complete. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though. Huh?
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. Hey, it kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right? Able to figure it out, sniff it out, and finish it off.
Chance. 14.
Sims. And an alley to run. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. 22 yards there, a first down.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success.
14.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Throwing the out route and complete. It's Edwards. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Now it's Wilson. He's going to air one out. And this is caught inside the 5. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. It's a big play for the Cowboys on third. 41 yards. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game.
Don't be scared of it. Check 24. Check 24. Quick the edge. Come. Alert. Check 99. 14. One fluff.
Operating from the gun. Wilson dancing to his left. From 4 yards out, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Now the extra point try forthcoming. And this is up and good to make it a 17-14 game. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. The Browns drive about to get started. After the touchdown we just saw, we have a brand new ball game. And now look at the situation. You've got plenty of time on the clock. Defensively, they have 3 timeouts. No, bottled up. Fumble. It's out. It's loose. And it's picked up by the Cowboys. And they'll be at the 18-yard line. Great field position here in the red zone.
Well, that takeaway, partner, right there, that's a combination of coaching, execution, and absolute belief, because a lot of guys will look at the scoreboard and go, this thing's pretty well done. But they still thought to themselves, if we can make a play, we give our teammates a chance to win it, and that's exactly what they did.
Slam. Rush in.
They'll run on first down. It's Sims. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. A solid pickup of 13 sets him up 1st and goal.
A big hole there. How about him handling the point of attack? Just positioning himself so that run could go right off of his backside and deep into the secondary.
3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the fourth. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They come up on a 1st and goal with this game still hanging in the balance. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
Partner, you've got about 20 coaches on your payroll, but there's 60,000 of them in the stands. I don't think any of them like that play.
And the later we go, it's starting to sound like 100,000 in here. A line of scrimmage once again, the 5 as they get ready for 2nd and goal.
Check 26, check 26.
Wilson going to fake the give and keep it himself. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. A 5-yard touchdown. And the Cowboys have taken the lead. Important extra point up and through. And that will make this a 4-point game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone.
The Browns take over. Let's go! At their own 22-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set.
Now Mayfield lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Now this throw caught left side. 23 yards to pick up there.
Partner, they're clearly saving those timeouts, but they still have to work with some urgency to put themselves in the right position.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now Mayfield. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 10. Terrific return as he'll take it up past the 35. Count them now, 6 interceptions between last week and this week. Now, the 3 picks last week helped them to a win. They're in the driver's seat once more.
And they're the ones that are doing all the leading, aren't they? Right? The 3 interceptions last week, that led to a victory. 3 interceptions so far in this game, that has them out in front. We often think of the offense driving things. In this case, it's the defense, not just holding teams, but creating big plays for themselves.
So this one will end in a victory for the Dallas Cowboys. And it took a big fourth quarter to do it, but they were able to get the